first game is scatter feeding. Now I know you're familiar with this, I've talked about this a lot in our other modules. It's such a useful thing to do. When we're taking our dogs out for a walk, it's a really useful game to play because it gives your dog something to focus on. So one of the things I like to do with mine is, and I tell my clients to do this as well, is I just scatter feed on the floor around the car like this, okay? So you can see why this has to come out of their daily food allowance, because otherwise you're going to end up with the chubbiest Chihuahua ever. Now what happens with the scatter feeding is it gives your dog something to focus on. So they get out the car, their bucket is already full from the journey and from the process of putting their harness on, etc. So this gives them the chance to focus on something else rather than the environment, and it gives them a chance to calm down. And what's really important as well is it gives you a chance to get your ducks in a row, because there's nothing more annoying than getting on a walk and finding that you've left your poo bag behind or the keys behind or something like that. So scatter feeding is a really useful kind of breather for everybody. So I'm going to get Arlo out the car now, and you'll see how he's quite used to this. He'll know that there's food around here, and he's going to have a little hunt and scavenge for it. Big shake off, good boy. Always encourage that shake off with your dog, because it's them bringing their emotions down. There we go, so he's having a good little scavenge. Now I do this if you've got multiple dogs as well, because again, when you're more likely to make a mistake and forget something when you've got lots of dogs and a tangle of leads or whatever. So again, this is a really good thing to do when you've got multiple dogs with you. And it's also a useful game to play when you're out. Hello, this way, Bubby. When you're out and you see something that you might not want your dog to interact with, you can just scatter feed on the floor and then get them all interested in that and scavenging on the floor. So scatter feeding is a really good, easy to play game that gets your dog out of the car in a calmer state and ready for their walk.